Some senior lawyers have also weighed in on the issue. I have their opinions up next.
Both arms of government are exercising their power. It's not compulsory that the president assents to all bills. It's also not compulsory that the National Assembly should follow the presidency in the same thoughts. As it is, I think both of them should go to court. If I am the Attorney General of the Federation, I'll go to the Supreme Court for interpretation. Because what it boils down to is the extent of the power of the National Assembly to make or amend laws as it may deem appropriate, as well as the power of the presidency or the president to assent or refuse or withhold his assent. So basically there is no controversy. I tend to disagree with the president more, particularly on some of the reasons given, because if you take the section 25 and the reason for withholding same, in my own humble view, I don't share that reason with them. Also, is a reason for, I think, the word on local governments. I believe it is still within the ambit of the power of the National Assembly. But like I said, without prejudicing what the courts will decide, if I'm the Attorney General of the Federation, I'll go to courts on it.
The president is within his rights to refuse to assent to a bill. The Constitution is clear on the point. If the National Assembly want to override his veto, the law is also very clear as to what they can do. So both parties are within their rights. Section 4 of the Constitution is very clear that legislative powers reside with the National Assembly when it comes to the Federation, and executive powers reside with the President. The National Assembly makes the laws. If the President assents, then it becomes a law. If the President refuses to assent, I think he's given like 30 days within which to say yes or no. Whether he says yes or no within 30 days, in this case he has said no. It goes back to the National Assembly. If they can muster the required majority, they will override the veto and it will still become a law. I like to draw a distinction between having the power to do something and doing what is right. In this particular instance, the National Assembly, they are well within their powers to make that law. Whether it's a good law or a bad law, society will feel the benefits or the adverse effects. And when it's time for re-election, the electorate can pass judgment on the National Assembly. Whether the president was right or wrong to have refused to assent to the bill too, by the time he goes for re-election, if he decides to run for re-election, the electorate will pass judgment on him. But aside from that, I have two things that, agitate my mind. Number one is, it's a needless controversy. Societies that are less sophisticated than Nigeria, they have their elections in one day. I know jurisdictions where you can have up to 20, 25 questions on one day. So how are we talking about 5 elections, 7 elections, and we need to stagger them? It cannot be a question of resources because we have the resources. It cannot be a question of manpower because you have unemployed people everywhere. Train them and put them in there. I am of the view that all elections should hold on one day. Nigeria should have a day that everybody will know that on this day, in a particular year, we will vote. In America, they vote first Tuesday in November, unless it is the first of the month. Then because of the holiday preceding, they will do it on the 8th. In the UK, they vote on the first Thursday in May. So nobody needs to announce dates for 30 or 40 years like INEC purported to do recently, which is just needless. Let's just have a day, and with that, all our questions will be settled on that day. Governor, President, National Assembly, State Assembly, councillors, wards, any question you want to put in there. Referenda, throw it on that day and let's just have all the elections. Secondly, I am a little disturbed that with all that is happening in Nigeria, this is taking all the newsprint, all the airtime, all the social media space. It's really disturbing because Nigeria has too many issues that I believe are more deserving of interest. Where we have the highest number of children out of school. Lassa fever is ravaging. We have headsmen killing people, Benue, Plateau, Taraba. Every day you hear that people have been killed, nobody's been arrested, and then all we can discuss is order of elections. I think it's been created by some people just to divert our attention. It's completely diversionary, and nothing good can come out of it. Whether you hold this election first or you hold it last, what is important is that you hold elections. The constitution is very clear. You cannot serve more than 4 years on one mandate.